Alright, it's 5 p.m. and we've been here since 8. Back-breaking day. Really puts the back-breaking into back-breaking day. And we're now 4 or 5 rows up. So that was a short clip taken from my iPhone at the end of a long day volunteering with Habitat for Humanity in Nicaragua earlier this year. I was there with a dozen other volunteers on what is known as a global village trip. We came together as a team for 10 days and helped build homes in La Gallina. It's a small community about an hour's drive west of the capital, Managua. Our friends, family and colleagues donated about $35,000 towards this project, so I wanted to put together a short video as an opportunity to share back how that money is being put to use and the results that it is having. So the community of La Gallina has grown over the last 30 years as migrant workers have moved into the area to farm the sugarcane fields nearby. Along the way, they've built makeshift housing for their families, which has really been quite rudimentary. It's it's foraged wood with either plastic sheets, siding, or corrugated metal for their roofs. And a lot of these corrugated sheets have big holes in them where they've deteriorated away. So they're not very waterproof and provide a very, very poor form of shelter. In each of these houses, there'll probably be several people living under one roof. And with the average family income being only a couple $100s a month, this doesn't leave much left over for home improvement. While we were in La Gallina, we worked on the homes for these two ladies, Leonarda and her daughter Marie Sulema, and this is the larger extended family. The important thing to note is that they're not getting the homes for free. They've entered into a deal as a community where each of them has to provide, or each family has to provide 25 or 30 hours worth of sweat labor per week. And so they really are the ones who are building these homes, and we were just there to help. As you'll see here, they really are building it from scratch. They dig the dirt out of the ground and then mix it with lye and cement to make the bricks. This man here is the local preacher, but for the most part you'll notice that many of the people working are women, and this is because most of the men are actually at work in the fields nearby. I still find it quite amazing that many of them are working in bare feet, and they're all twice as strong as any of us combined. They've been working out in the sun for half a year on these houses, building bricks. I think in this day here we made 300 bricks with probably 20 of us under this roof. And one house is probably about 2,500 bricks, so you can see that a lot of work goes into making this happen. Building a house is a lot of work. And it involves moving a lot of dirt, often in the blazing hot sun. All this dirt here was hauled up the hill and then off the truck again and in wheelbarrows up into this house, where then Leonardo sorts through and find which stones are too big to be taken out and used for somewhere else. For all the mortar, we had to bring up wheelbarrows of finer gravel, which we'd sift to make the mortar for the bricks. And then, we'd shovel it into a big volcano, and this was definitely back-breaking work. Laying the bricks was also hard, but it also required skill, and the local brick masons kept a very close eye on us and let us know whenever we run into trouble.
Right, Adrian. More. Less. Higher, taller.
After a couple of rows, we started to get quite good at it. And as you can see here, Kerry is showing us how it's done like a pro, using the string as an alignment. And that looks like a job well done. Nice. One of the really nice things about a global village trip like this is getting to know some of the local people in a way that you wouldn't otherwise have an opportunity to. We also really enjoyed getting to know some of the children as well, and they were really quite cute. At lunchtimes, we'd all go down to the river and cool off, which was a welcome break in the day. And then by the end, we even had a little bit of a dance party with them. The dancing was definitely a lot of fun, but for me, the highlight was really the speech that Justin gives here.
Gracias que ni hicieron ni casita, ahora no le puedo mojar, gracias al hábitat.
He said, thanks to Habitat and thank you for building my little house.
Oh.
You're not going to get wet this week.
So we left La Gallina with Leonardo's and Mary Sulima's house still only half finished, as were probably a dozen other houses that we saw there. But I'm now pleased to share with you that last month, all 25 houses for the first part of this project were completed, and Habitat for Humanity was able to hand over the keys to the ladies and their families who worked so hard to make it all possible. And I also want to mention that this was also made possible by the support of so many people who generously donated through us. And so to those people, thank you. And I think you might also like to see that Marie Sulema, whose house we worked on, here she is, she gave birth to a baby boy soon after we left. And it's kind of nice to think that he'll be able to grow up in a safe house with a roof over his head. So job well done, and thank you.